What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I figured I'd make this video. My son's seen everybody have these little tags on their hats. So, he actually went over to my grandmother's, and my uncle called me and said, are people actually still doing that with the coat lids? And I said, yeah. I said, it seems to be popping up recently, and he says, man, the only bad thing about those things is that you gotta do so many of them, because when you start tossing your hat down, they'll start loosening up, and then they fall off. So I decided to make one, and was checking it out, and I said, you know what? I said, that could be fixed, you know? And on some of them, I started noticing, like, some of them weren't laying, like, real super flat, okay? Like when someone's facing the camera like this, you would see like this back piece popped up in the air and all kinds of crazy shit. But I'm going to show you guys how to correctly make one. And this is how my uncle told me to do it. But I kind of took the liberty of improving it a little bit. Okay. So basically what you do is you take your tag, and on these type of hats, on the newer style ones, better style hats anyway, there's like a little lip here, okay? What you do is you take this top corner and not press it all the way up under there, but get it so that little lip is right there. Okay, so you get it to the lip, and this hat is really not going to do it that well. But here you can see I have the brim underneath the skull wintergreen line, or Copenhagen wintergreen line, because I want to say Cope wintergreen. Okay, so according to him, okay, this is how they used to do it back in the day. You would take it, bend it straight over. Okay, now you have your starter tag. Okay, and then he told me to take a 1/4 inch drill bit. This is a masonry bit. Okay. And then what you do is you put it underneath here, like this, okay, and you want to keep your fingers away from this part, because if you start bending this around, they won't lay flat, okay? So what you do is, go back to the old high school days of the old, hey, what the hell is that? I don't know what that means. But anyway, what you do is you take it, okay, and you use your 2 thumbs, and you press down to where you almost make like a little crease, and when I hold this up here like this, you'll see what I'm talking about, okay, like that. Alright, so now once you have that done, all you do is you just go like this, use your fingertips and press down to make a good closure on it, okay. It's actually better if you do it this way, and you make a little bead straight across. So once you have it, it should look like this. Okay. Now, what you do is you go to the hat you're going to put it on. Okay. You take something, stick it underneath the edge here. Okay. And you want to keep it tight, so you only want to lift it just enough to get it to sneak up onto the brim, just like that. Okay, and you should hear this when you're sliding on, okay? So it's nice and tight, there's no ledges, the hook, flipped up in the air, okay? Now once you get this into position on where you're gonna have it at, okay, and this hat is a kid's hat, so it's not gonna fit like an adult's hat will, but it's gonna work on the same premises. Okay, so you slide this down so you get it to where it's just meeting the seam of the hat, right like that, okay? Now, okay, now you see where you're going to have on this inside edge, there's always like this little lip where the seam is around the edge. It's always raised up. So what you do is you take your bit, okay, and right at the edge of that little seam, you go in here and you make a little score line, okay. Then you just slip it off like this, tighten it back down one more time. Then you take a little pair of scissors or something sharp, Okay, and this is the part that I added because he said it always falls off. So what you do is you come in here and you give it a little clip. Okay, it's real thin stuff, so it cuts really easy. Okay, so you come in here, you go on the other side, and you just give it just a little tiny, just a little nibble out of the end of it. Okay, then you take your scissors, or you can use a pair of needle nose pliers or something, and you give you just a little tweak down. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to put a little spike right there that you clip that metal on. Okay, take your scissors, bend that little spike down. So once you slide that on, I'll show you. Get that in. Okay, see how that little spike hangs down there? Now I'm not going to slide this onto this hat, but I'll show you on mine. Once it's on there, it's on there even, and right here you can see where that spike has come past. And on this hat you can see the ridge I'm talking about. See this end that it's raised up compared to the rest of the hat? Right there you see that little silver tip? That's the little spike that's gripping down into the hat. So anytime you just go like this and throw that hat down, this little tag right there isn't going to loosen up. Okay, so I hope that helps everybody out. I thought it was funny that my kid had me make him one because he likes watching all the dip videos with me and stuff. And you know, like I said, my uncle seen it, and he said, "Man, people are still doing that." And I said, "Yeah, I'm starting to see it, you know, through YouTube." So, like I said, all you do, put that on there, bend it over the brim of the hat. Okay, take it off, go like this, so you make like an invisible bead through here. Say like you got this thing still in here, so you want to pretend like something's in here, and you're just trying to mash down the end, and you make this flat exactly with this. Okay, and you'll have a little tunnel straight through. All right, and all you do, like I said, is you pry it open just enough to get it to slide onto the brim of the hat. Okay, and then you take your scissors or whatever you got that will come in here and clip just a little tiny notch, and it's just a little single cut on each side. And then, like I said, you take your pliers or your scissors, bend them little spikes down on each end. And like I said, then you'll have a little, you can see it on this one pretty good. Focus. Here, hold on. Not gonna focus. Focus, fucker. Oh, wait. Okay, there it is. You see it now? Now it's got a little spike that hangs down. And once you slide this baby on there, this shit ain't gonna go nowhere. And if you slide it up underneath this, it will help hold it down, because I'm telling you, once this thing slid up there and it's snapped into place and them teeth grab, it ain't coming off there unless you grab it down here and lift up and pull it off. Alright guys, so there's my hat with one, and I'll jimmy this one. Well, I'll put this one on here because his is falling off anyway. So, like I said, we'll see where I need to have this one. Okay. You hear that? Did you hear that go? That's some little teeth grabbing in there. Okay. So, alright guys, there it is. Cool. Now, like I said, this is a kid's hat, so this brim's a little small, so this does stick up a little bit. But I think if I unrolled his brim, and I know I just did something you never do to a man's hat. You never mess up their bend. Oh. But, you know. But like I said, this is, if you do it correctly, this here's how it should lay. Right here at the tip, there's a little piece that it sticks up just a little tiny bit. But other than that, that baby's laying flat on there, top and bottom, and it ain't coming off, you know. So, it's on there, guys. So like I said, I hope that helped everybody out, and this is Big Daddy Dippin' saying I'll see you guys on YouTube.